Alright, let's work on lesson 21.1, solving equations by factoring x squared plus bx plus c. So this should look familiar from the last credit. This is a trinomial. It's an equation of a quadratic. We have degree 2, and it's a trinomial. So we learned how to multiply two binomials. So let's say we multiply x plus p and x plus q. If we go down here, we'll see what happens. If we multiply out x plus p times x plus q, it turns into x squared plus px plus qx plus pq. Let me do a little bit more work to show you that. So we get x plus p times x plus q. So using the distributive property, that turns into x times x plus q plus p times x plus q. And now we distribute the x. We get x times x, that's x squared, plus x times q, qx. And then distribute the p. We get p times x is px, and p times q is pq. And then we'll see that we end up with this right there. Right, so that's how they got that. And then pq plus q, or px plus qx is p plus qx. It's kind of just like if you had 2x plus 3x. Well, we know that that ends up being 2 plus 3x, which is 5x, right? But whenever we have p and q, we can't actually put them together, so we just write it like that, p plus qx in parentheses. And then plus pq in the end, we saw that we got that there. And then whenever we multiply out two binomials, we end up with a trinomial where the b term ends up being p plus q, and the c term ends up being p times q. So that might still be a little confusing when we're looking at it like that, but if we go up to an example that has numbers to it, x plus 2 times x plus 5, we'll see that we can get the middle term. If we multiply that out, we'll see that the middle term ends up being 2 plus 5, right, which is 7, and then the c term ends up being 2 times 5. Well, that's all that this is saying, but it's using letters instead, so the b term ends up being p plus q, these two parts in the factored form, and the c term ends up being the two parts in the factored form p times q. So this is the main thing that I want you to point out, that if you have a highlighter with you, you should highlight these things. If you have the factored form, this is factored form. Factored form and expanded form. In expanded form we have a b and a c, and in factored form we have a p and a q. The b is p plus q, the c is p times q. So let's try our own examples here. Oops, I already wrote it out. So here we have it's in factored form right now. So this is in factored form, but what this wants us to do is to identify the values of p and q and use b equals p plus q and c equals p times q to find b and c. So the b and c that it's talking about is the form x squared plus bx plus c. So this gives us this is the factored form, which our p is 8, just the number in factored form right there, and our q is 9. So to find our b term, we just have to add 8 and 9. So b equals 8 plus 9, which is 17. And then our c we get from multiplying p and q. So 8 times 9, which is, let's see, 80 minus 8. So 72. And now we have our expanded form. So this tells us that our expanded form is x squared plus 17x, right there, plus 72. And then we want to check by multiplying. So let's show multiplying out x plus 8 times x plus 9. Just the problem to begin with, the factored form. So we're going to do x times x plus 9. So we're just using distributive property, plus 8 times x plus 9. Ends up being, let's see, x times x is x squared, plus x times 9, 9x, plus 8x, plus 72. And I end up getting x squared plus 17x plus 72. So it definitely equals the same thing. So we don't have to actually multiply it out. We can just use that simple trick that the b term is p plus q, the c term is p times q. So here our p is 8 and our q is -7. And just so you know, it doesn't matter which one you choose to be p and which one you choose to be q. I could do p equals -7 and q equals 8. It doesn't matter. The next thing we're going to find is b. So b equals 8 plus -7, p and q. 8 plus -7 is just 1. And then my c is 8 times -7, which is -56. So in expanded form. So again, this is factored form. And you can leave a note like that for yourself too, just so you know. And expanded form. And I would actually like for you to write this out because I think that's handy information. So this is expanded form. So we get x squared plus 1x minus 56. There we go. And then check by multiplying. We get x plus 8 times x minus 7. Using distributive property, we get x times x minus 7 plus 8 times x minus 7. X times x is x squared. X times -7 minus 7x. 8 times x, 8x. 8 times -7, -56. And then when I put like terms together, -7 and 8, I get plus 1x minus 56. There we go. So these match up. Yep. Burp, burp. And you don't have to write that one if you don't want to. Alright, so now if we're factoring, so this is expanded form right here. If we're factoring a trinomial that has a c greater than 0, these are the rules that we're going to follow. So if we have x squared plus bx plus c equals x plus p times x plus q, when b is p plus q, c is p times q. When c is positive, p and q have the same sign as b. So when c is positive, when this number is not a negative number, when this number is a positive number, p and q have the same sign as b. So let's check out what it means by that. So here we have a positive c, so here our c is positive, and we want to find pairs of, so we're going to want to figure out what the factored form is. So this is expanded form right here. Wants us to factor this trinomial. So first step, identify a, b, and c. So a is 1, b is 15, and c is 14. And we want to use the table to look for our p and q. So first, we want to find pairs of factors for c equals 14. So the first thing I think of is 1 times 14, and I always just start with the lowest number. And there's also 2 times 7, and that's it. Those are all of the factors that make 14. Now we want to figure out which one of these add to make 15, right? 1 plus 14 is 15. So 1 and 14 are our numbers. So we know, let's see if there are any more steps down here. Yep. Use p and q to give the factorization of the trinomial. So p is 1 and q is 14 are going to be our p and q. There we go. Because they fit the pattern. Now our factorization is x plus 14 times x plus 1. And remember, it doesn't matter which order you write them in. So now, so basically, if I were to multiply out x plus 14 times x plus 1, the expanded form would be x squared plus 15x plus 14. So that is expanded form, this is factored form. Alright, next example. x squared minus 12x plus 27. Here we still have c is greater than 0. C is a positive number because of this plus sign, but now we have our b being a negative number. So now we're really going to get to see what it was talking about up there in that little box. So first identify a, b, and c. So our a is 1, our b is negative 12, and it's very important that you keep the signs, and our c is 27. So now we want to use the table. We're going to look for pairs of factors of c. Our c is 27 and our b is negative 12. So we're going to start with 1 times 27 and 3 times 9. And I think that is it. So what the box up there was saying, this right here, when c is positive, p and q have the same sign as b. Well, if we look back, our b is negative, right? Our b is negative, so that means that p and q have to both be negative also. So which ones are going to add to make negative 12? Well, both of these need to be negative based on that rule. And this is the correct one right here. Negative 3 plus negative 9 is negative 12. So negative 3 and negative 9 are our p and q. Negative 3 and negative 9. And the factorization is x minus 3 times x minus 9 is going to be our factored form. Alright, let's see what's next. So here, if we have c is less than 0, when c is negative, now before c was positive, right? So when c is positive, both our p and q have the same sign as b, as this term right here. But since in this one our c is negative, it's going to be a little bit different. When c is negative, p and q have different signs because p and q have to multiply to make c. If they have to multiply to make a negative number, one of them has to be positive, the other one has to be negative. So let's see our example. So here we want to identify a, b, and c. Our a is 1, our b is 7, and our c is negative 30. Now we want to find pairs of factors for c equals negative 30, and we want to find which ones add together to make 7. So first our pairs of factors, we got 1 and 30 and 2 and 15, 3 and 10, and that might be it. Oh, 5 and 6. Okay, but we want to figure out which one of these we can use to make 7. Now we know that they need to have different signs. So that means that they're going to end up subtracting if they have two different signs. If we have a positive number and a negative number, they're going to subtract. And the only ones that I can subtract to make 7 is this one. So 3 and 10. And the 3 is going to have to be negative because we want a positive 7. So negative 3 plus 10 is 7. So our p is negative 3, and our q is positive 10, and the factorization is x minus 3 times x plus 10. Alright, so negative 3 and 10 add to make 7, negative 3 and 10 multiply to make negative 30. Well, let's try this one. So if we have our x squared minus 21x minus 72 for our expanded form, a is 1, b is negative 21, and c is negative 72. Here we still have that c is negative, but it's a little bit different because now our b is a negative number also. And the only thing that's going to happen there is our bigger number, whichever one is bigger, p or q, that one's going to need to be negative. So first let's list our pairs of factors of negative 21, and our c is negative 72. And our b is negative 21. So I'm going to pause the video and have you try these out. I'm going to give you the pairs of factors of negative 72 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I want you to see this sheet that I have on the website for you at the top. If you click for the factor table, if we look at 72, it gives us all of the factors that we need. All right. So if you can download this table. So let's go back and see what we can do with this. Now we know our bigger number needs to be negative because our b is negative, and this is the one that ends up giving us negative 21, 3 and negative 24. So those give us factored form, x plus 3 and x minus 20.